Democrats on Capitol Hill are being handed this card with talking points about the vice president and the border. Do you know who's handing this out?
I have no idea. You probably should ask her campaign.
So the first one says Vice President Harris was never appointed border czar. There's never been such a position. It doesn't exist. Why are Democrats so sensitive about the vice president and the border?
Why are Republicans so sensitive about actually not owning up to them getting in the way of a border deal? Why?
That's White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre doing what she does best, blinking in Morse code and lying profusely on behalf of what was supposed to be the most honest and open administration in recent memory. Welcome to Nerk News, I'm Nerkish, and it's been less than a week from when Joe Biden announced that he would be stepping down in a weird letter he posted to social media, and pretend journalists are already running cover for the new presumptive Democrat nominee, Kamala Harris. First, they ran a social media blitz to astroturf her cringy image, then they attempted to scrub the internet of her far-left ranking on a nonpartisan platform. After that, of course, came the border czar catastrophe.
Why won't they own up to that? Why won't they own up to the last president told them not to move forward? It was a bipartisan deal on just right there, available to them, and they voted twice against it. Twice against it. Why are they so sensitive to moving forward and actually dealing on an issue that majority of Americans care about, is dealing with what's going on at the border?
Do you think that the border would be less of a talking point now if there was less migration to the border, say if somebody had addressed root causes of migration sooner?
Wait, hold on a second. Did you not hear the beginning of I know there were a lot of toppers, but one of the toppers, I talked about what we're seeing at the border. It's down by 55%, not because of Republicans in Congress and what they did. It's because of what this president and this vice president did. He moved forward and took actions to deal with what's going on at the border. Republicans continue to block getting resources to the Border Patrol agents. They continue to block actually dealing with an immigration system. So yes, we are going to debunk the false characterization of the vice president. She was not a border czar, and it's not just us. Independent fact checkers have said the same thing, that did not exist, and that is not true.
But the lies don't end there. The next cover-up came when CBS claimed that Trump was lying when he said that Harris donated to a Minnesota Freedom Fund, which helped post bail for criminals and rioters. And again, this lie was immediately called out on social media. I mean, for crying out loud, there's still an active post she made on Twitter telling people to donate to it. There's even a video of her being directly asked about it during the midterms.
I want to ask you, the Minnesota GOP is holding a press conference this afternoon to criticize you for your support a couple of years ago, before you were the vice president, for something called the Minnesota Freedom Fund that was really set up to help those who were arrested in the aftermath of the George Floyd riots, help them get out. It's since been sort of morphed into something else and has been used to help people get out who've been accused of many other crimes. Do you have any thoughts about this?
Well, first of all, I am a child of parents who marched for civil rights in the 1960s in America. And I have always been and will always be a supporter of peaceful protests. Many peaceful protests over the history of our country have led to an expansion of rights and an expansion of civil rights. So that's where I stand on peaceful protest. And I think that, unfortunately, what we're seeing is people are playing political games right now. We're 18 days away from midterms. And we have sadly not seen a lack of misinformation and disinformation. And I think this is another one of those examples.
You know, I honestly don't know what Democrats are doing here anymore. I mean, Kamala Harris announced that she was running for president on RuPaul's Drag Race. Her first campaign ad is littered with pride flags and seems to intentionally avoid white people. She's endorsed universal health care and Medicare for all U.S. residents, not citizens, residents. And she said she supports defunding the police and wants equality of outcome, not equality of opportunity. Which sounds pretty far left to me. I mean, why are they trying to hide something else? All it does is make them look bad, which isn't great for a party and a candidate who are already associated with hiding Biden's declining mental health. But let me know what you think. Will establishment media eventually give up on this ruse, or will they keep trying to cover up for Kamala's radical beliefs? Let me know in the comments, and if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel. That stuff really does help us out. Until then, this has been Nerk News. Thanks for watching. Bye!